I became a data analyst after doing my master's in US and spending $50,000 and an entire 2 years. But you don't need to do that. In 2024, you can become a data analyst with zero investment with just YouTube and ChatGPT. Becoming a data analyst might look difficult from the outside, but trust me, it's not that difficult. Watch this video fully to find out the exact roadmap that I would take if I'm going to start my data analyst career from scratch. Let's dive in. Welcome back, guys. My name is Sandeep, and if you're new to the channel, I talk about certain stuff like job search, coming to US for masters, and this is my first attempt at talking about data analytics. Is becoming a data analyst worth it in 2024? Companies always have a lot of data. It's going to lie somewhere in a database or data warehouse. So without analyzing the data, the company is not going to know how to improve the business, increase the business value, make the investors happy. I feel there is always constant demand for data analysis across multiple sectors like healthcare, finance, retail, technology, or even sports. Data analysis is not going to go away as long as there is data. My opinion is it's not too late to become a data analyst in 2024. What kind of skill set do you need? This is a chart from Luke Burrows. So he has literally scanned like almost 500,000 job postings and extracted the keywords present in it. So clearly if you see, the top 5 are SQL, Excel, Python, Tableau, PowerBI. I'm going to just focus on these 5. That's what is going to occur in most of the job posting. So first skill set is obviously the spreadsheet tool. It can either be Excel or Google Sheet. I'm talking about this first before SQL is because SQL is more like an advanced form of Excel. So if you get your Excel skills strong, then SQL will become a lot easier. You might be thinking, how is Microsoft Excel, which is a basic spreadsheet tool, important for being a data analyst? The reason is a lot of the business teams or stakeholders, they're not going to go talk about technical stuff. The things they talk about is numbers, trends, patterns, insights. The medium they use Excel or Google Sheet. And hence Excel is going to be the go-to tool for sharing all your analysis and findings to the business team and stakeholders. Probably every one of you might have used Excel at one point in time. So it's not going to be that difficult to pick it up. Just go to YouTube and watch a 1 hour quick crash course video and then start applying those concepts. Maybe track your fitness goals or your expenses or anything from your daily life. Remember that the best way to learn is by doing and not by just seeing videos. Next, I'm going to talk about SQL, which according to data occurs in almost like 47% of the job postings, which I feel is too low because SQL should be there in probably all the job postings. SQL is like the ABC of being a data analyst. That's the language you'll be using to communicate with the databases or data warehouses or data lakes. And without learning the basics of SQL, you cannot become a good data analyst. So as data analyst, what you'd be asked is you'll be getting some requirements from the business stakeholders asking you to do some analysis or build reports or dashboards. You would have to use SQL for it. I recently interviewed for the last 3 months after layoff, and almost like 10 to 15 interviews, 80% of the technical interviews were just based on SQL. The remaining was Python or Power BI or Tableau. Just learning the SQL basics shouldn't take more than 2 weeks. And I think YouTube has a lot of good courses. I'll attach the links in the description. Obviously, you can go to Udemy or Coursera as well. You can use ChatGPT to speed up your learning process. Like you can just ask ChatGPT to give the concepts for studying the SQL basics to become a data analyst. And then you can ask it to explain it with examples. Okay, next you need a programming language like Python or R. I'm going to stick to Python first because that's more easy and that's what is mostly going to be used by the companies. This is my 3rd company in US. And in the previous 2 companies, I never used Python, but now I'm using Python. So it's not a mandatory skill, but to take your data analytics skills to the next level and up your game, you would certainly need Python because Python is extremely powerful. As a data analyst, you would be asked to do some automations, perform data cleaning, data transformations, and setting up pipelines. You would certainly need Python during that times. For Python, there are a lot of resources on YouTube. So how I learned Python was I did a Udemy course, which was Python for data analytics and data science. I'll attach the link to the description. And as I said, use ChatGPT to speed up the learning process. The other skill that you need as a data analyst is your data visualization skills. Now, all the roles don't require the skill because you would not be creating dashboards in all the data analyst roles. After you've done all the analysis and insights, you would certainly need to present it to some stakeholders. As I said, you would probably be using Excel sometimes, but for some of the projects and in some of the companies, maybe your data viz tool is a preferred form of communication. So you would be building a Tableau or Power BI dashboard. Tableau with 24% and Power BI with 20% are the most popular data visualization tools out there. And you can certainly choose any one. to learn. So Tableau seems a bit more popular, but I certainly prefer Power BI because it's a Microsoft offering. I find it a lot similar to Excel, and so if you know Excel formulas, you can kind of translate that to Power BI. But before you go into the tools itself, understand the data viz concepts. When to use bar charts versus line charts, what is histograms and what are scatter plots, just to get your basics covered first. It shouldn't take more than a week, and then you can move on to any tool like Tableau or Power BI. I'm going to attach the Coursera and Udemy course links for Tableau and Power BI. The path I would recommend is, if I'm going to start over as a data analyst again, is Excel, SQL, Python, Power BI or Tableau. And that's going to complete the tech stack. That's one more skill that you would need to know to become a good data analyst. That is basic math and statistics, because you would not be using like calculus or linear algebra and those kind of concepts. Probably using like averages, median, standard deviation, percentage difference, probabilities. Those are the concepts that you'll be using. You need to have a solid understanding of these concepts. You would be certainly using these concepts during the analysis itself. Once you're done with the preparation, which is probably going to take like 2 months, it's time to apply. Doing or taking action is the best form of learning something. And the best way to learn is obviously build projects. Building projects has 2 advantages according to me. One is you're going to learn, because when you're applying all the concepts, you're going to do the active recall. The second thing is obviously we want to showcase our skills either on your resume or LinkedIn profile or even maybe a portfolio website. For project ideas, you can go to ChatGPT and ask for project ideas. But if you ask me, I would certainly recommend to first start with your personal life projects. You can dig into your own life, look at maybe your expenses over the 1 year, taking every day. For example, like during my layoff, I tracked my own job applications and then showcased that in a form of a dashboard. So I personally find this a great way to learn, because if you're looking into your own life rather than a real world data set, it's a lot easier and more enjoyable to learn. And to take it one level further, you can look at websites like Kaggle and Google datasets. So you'll be getting a lot of real world datasets, like for example, Netflix stock prices, or if you're interested in cricket, you can get some cricket data like IPL data. So just choose any dataset which you're most interested in, probably interested in healthcare or finance. Try to analyze it and then showcase it in a form of a dashboard. Do like 4 to 5 projects initially. Once you do it, obviously as a data analyst, you need to communicate. It's not just like speaking, it can be even writing a LinkedIn post or a Medium article or even doing a YouTube video. So once you're done, communicate that in a written format or in a spoken format like a YouTube video. That will give you an end-to-end simulation of how a data analyst role looks like in the real world. Hopefully you found value in this video. If you do have any questions or if you have any feedback, please let me know in the comment section. I'll certainly take a look and provide my answers and opinions. Please check out my previous video where I have talked about if 2024 is the right time to come to US for masters. And kindly do like the video. That's going to help the YouTube algorithm. Please to share this video among all your friend circle who might find this video useful, and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content like this. See you again soon with another interesting video. Bye.